Hi, my name is Esmeralda Angel, and this is my Teach Me video, second part of the exam number 2. The question that I'm going to do is question number 2, which reads, Shannon solved 1 4/5 plus 3 2/5 using reasoning represented by the equation shown below, and I'll insert an image of it. Then it says, use Shannon's strategy to solve this problem instead. 2 2/3 plus 4 2/3. Show what Shannon's equation would look like for the new problem. Draw a picture to show how Shannon's strategies work for the new problem.
Here we can see Shannon's strategy, and then I'll show you the new equation with 2 2/3 plus 4 2/3.
So before we get into fractions, it can be difficult to understand. So being able to break down and color code will be the easiest way to understand this. So I hope that the way that I color coded and broke it down is an easy way to understand how we can add 2 2/3 to 4 2/3.
So here we have the equation 2 2/3 plus 4 2/3. Very simple and a very generic way of looking at a fraction. But to kids and to even myself, this can be kind of confusing. So let's color code and let's see how we can break this down and figure out what 2 2/3 plus 4 2/3 equals. Here we have it color coded. We have 2 2/3 as a normal all in black because we are adding to 2 2/3. And what I did is I changed the 4 to green, the 2 out of the 2/3 into blue, and then the third out of the 2/3 is in purple. So we can see exactly what we're adding and how exactly we're adding each part or color to 2 2/3. Now this is our equation, and just by looking at it, it can seem like a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to block out the remaining of the steps and just go step by step, color coded, taking it slow, and see once again what exactly is being done to 2 2/3 and how we are adding 4 2/3 to get our final result. We have the 2 2/3 in all black and the 4 2/3 in a color coded equation that we can kind of see. We have the 4 in green as a whole number, and then we have the 2/3. The 2 of the 2/3 is in blue, and then the 3 is purple. We know that 2 is our numerator that we are working with, and we know 3 is our denominator. We have 3 equal parts of 3, but we are only using 2 of those 3 parts. Therefore, we have our 2/3. So let's get into our equation and how to actually solve this. So what we're going to do here first is we're just going to add the whole number to our 2 2/3, and we're going to add the green, which is the 4, which is our whole number, now giving us a new result of 6 2/3. We're doing nothing with the 2/3 yet. We're keeping it as is because we didn't do anything. All we did was just add a whole number to the 2 2/3, which was a 4, giving us now a new result once again of 6 2/3. There's a lot to unravel here, so now we're going to add in one of our thirds. So obviously we have 2/3, but it'd be easier to break that down once again and work slowly in this equation. So we know that 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 2/3, and we can see that on the top left corner. Simple as also 1 plus 1 equals 2. We're just adding the numerators. And what we want to do is we add that to our result of 6 2/3 plus our 1/3, giving us 7. And you would probably think, well, how did we get 7? We know that we are working with 3 equal parts. So when we add 2/3 and 1/3, we get 3 3. Another way to say that is a whole. We're getting another whole. So it's basically us just adding 6 and 1 to give us 7. And we can see on the left side in the middle, 1 whole equals 1 out of 1. Or in this case, it'd be 3 out of 3 since we are working with 3 equal parts. And we could see that as well with it saying 2 plus 1 equals 3 because we are once again adding the top numerators. So we're seeing 2 plus 1 equals 3, giving us 3 out of 3, giving us a whole. So we are working with now a whole as a fraction, which is 3 out of 3. So we see 6 2/3 plus 1/3 giving us 7. And since we started with 2/3 and we only added 1/3, we're going to add the other third to what we have our 7 with. So we are adding 7 plus 1/3, giving us a final result of 7 and 1/3. Obviously, we can't really break down 1/3 or 7 any more than it already is. So we are just combining the two numbers, giving us 7 and 1/3 as our final result of 2 2/3 plus 4 2/3.
Using Shannon's strategy, we were able to find what 2 2/3 plus 4 2/3 were, and we got the result of 7 and 1/3. Breaking down fractions the way that Shannon did is a good way to use it. I've never really thought of that way. I would usually always change them into improper fractions, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this strategy, and I think this strategy is really, really well. It shows how to add the whole numbers to a fraction and even break down the fraction more than it already is, or even if you can't, being able to break it down in the easiest ways possible. So being able to add the whole number, which was 4, to the 2 2/3, and then adding the 1/3 and then the 1/3 again. We were able to work with whole numbers more than half the time in this equation, and that's easier said than working with fractions. So hopefully this video was informative and helpful in any sort of way. And thank you.